everything seems to be receding for Mr. Hunt. In fact, he's in a sort of moment of mania, searching for something to cut so that he can then deliver a tax cut, something to chop so that he can deliver a prize head, a prize turkey. It's it is chaos. He's now decided, or he's now deciding apparently, to target the non-dom tax rules. I mean, if the non-dom tax rules are wrong today, why weren't they wrong when the Prime Minister's wife was registered as a non-dom? There's, what makes them so wrong now that they weren't so wrong in the past? This is often considered a colonial leftover where people who made their money abroad don't have to pay tax on that. They only pay money on the tax. They only pay tax on the money that they've earned in this country. And this could generate, should he scrap this scheme, this could generate about £3.6 billion a year. And this is definitely one of the schemes that Labour is keen to scrap. And in fact, a lot of Labour's financial plans, when they come into power, are going to be based on scrapping this non-dom tax scheme. So if the Chancellor to do it next week, that severely compromises Labour's opportunities. But it adds a moral dimension to the... I think it's right to scrap the non-dom tax scheme. But at the same time, I think it's very difficult then to justify having kept it for so long, particularly having kept it when the Prime Minister's wife has benefited from it and when he's been so reluctant. Now in a moment of crisis, they're going to dump that. I mean, what else will they dump in that moment of crisis, in that moment of mania? Manic Mr. Hunt. I put in a Mr. there because otherwise it becomes a disturbing sound. But George Osborne apparently has said nothing wrong with stealing Labour's clothes by scrapping the non-dom regime. Doing that would put the Labour Shadow Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, in a really difficult position. And he pointed this out in the podcast that he hosts with Ed Balls, with the former Labour Shadow Chancellor Ed Balls. If I was the Chancellor, I would definitely be looking to do something on the non-dom regime that hopefully didn't kill the golden goose that lays the golden egg of having international visitors to Britain that invest in the country, but nevertheless takes money off the table and puts the ball back into Labour's court. At the same time, of course, what he doesn't say is that we're already making it so unpleasant for foreign nationals to come and live in the UK, particularly if they start off here as students. We're treating them as cash cows, and they're beginning to feel like it. Why would anybody want to be treated like a cash cow? Jeremy Hunt wants to cut national insurance rates by 2p, matching the 2p reduction that he made in the autumn statement. But that would cost £10 billion a year. So finding that extra £10 billion is difficult. Now, he thinks that he has the headroom to do so, but he's been warned by the Independent Office of Budget Responsibility that such a move, based on hope rather than fact, would be foolish. And it's going to be very difficult for him to do anything. And also in the past, when he's not been Chancellor for very long, and when he became Chancellor, he said that removing the non-dom status option was not going to help the economy. Now it's about the only thing that's going to help his chances of improving the election hopes for the Conservatives. Not going to help the economy, might help the Conservatives. Ah!